Hi, everyone. Happy New Year. So we just entered 2024 just a couple hours ago, and I am here to give you my New Year's predictions, just like I did last year. I used to do these privately, but the last few years I've been doing them publicly, and I hope that you guys enjoy them. If you want to check out what I did last year, that one is also on my YouTube channel. I know I don't have a ton of videos yet, but I'm getting there. Um, anyway, you can check it out and you can see how accurate it was for you, because this is my interpretation of what the numbers mean according to numerology. I am a numerologist. If you haven't met me yet, I'm Tammy Lopresti and I practice numerology. I'm really good at it. And if you have not entered my world yet, you might like it because you'll learn a lot about yourself just by being in my world, because I love to share all the things about all the numbers. I'm pretty fascinated with numbers. Anyway, let's get to it because I don't want to make this video as long as last year's video. My goal is to make it a lot shorter. Last year it was almost 15 minutes long. I'm going to try and aim for like 10 minutes this year, hopefully, or less. So we'll see. Anyway, okay, so last year I started out with the year 2020 because we just entered a new decade. And this decade is all about matters of the heart, because the 2 is the heart chakra. So this whole decade is trying to get us back in touch with our heart and with our heart energy. And the heart energy is all about love and emotions and trust for yourself and trust for others, okay? So that's the basis for what we're in this time period, okay? And I'm going to start again from 2020 just so I can tell you how the years have gone and then how the new year is going to be, okay? So in 2020, what happened was we were starting over, kind of like we were starting a new decade. So basically, we started a new decade all about the heart. So the 2 is the heart, and then there was a 0 following it. And the 0 means a new beginning. Okay, so it meant a new beginning from the heart. And so what had to happen during 2020 was the world had to collapse. That's why the pandemic happened. That's why a whole bunch of things happened, actually. That's why we lost loved ones. It's why a lot of our health suffered. It's why a whole bunch of things happened, like our economy crashed, our everything crashed, you know. The reason why that happened is because this decade is all about getting us back in touch with our heart energy and what really matters. So like the only thing that actually matters is love, how much love we can give and how much love we allow to ourselves to receive. So that's what this whole decade is about. And so the very start of it was basically taking away all the materialism, all of the things that we normally depended on, all of the ground under our feet, all the things that we thought was what made up our lives. That's what got taken away in 2020. And what it got replaced with, hopefully, is the understanding that people matter, and that that health matters, and that your family matters, your friends matter, your relationships matter. You know, like that's what it was all about. Even though it's hard to tell what everything's usually about, that's what it was really about. Okay, so in 2020, basically it leveled us. Like I always say, it dropped us to our knees, you know, it dropped us to our knees so that we could learn what really matters again, you know, and basically by taking away all of the jobs and all of the security and all of the material things, we could get back in touch with our hearts and what really mattered. Okay. So that's what 2020 was about. 2021 is going to be now the direction from the heart. So you're still starting with a 2 and then you have a 1. So the heart, and then the 1 is direction. Okay, so it was like, what direction could we go in now? And so the 2021, that year should have given you a glimpse into a possible future. It should have, like, obviously nothing could ever go back to the way it was before we hit this decade, but 2021 would give you a glimpse into what could be. It would give you this kind of like hope again about like what could happen and how there could be life after all of this. Okay, it wasn't all despair and it wasn't all over, you know. So that's basically what that year was about. It wasn't about stepping into a new life yet. It was kind of just putting your one foot in and saying, okay, I think there could be a future from this. Okay. And then 2022 was another year of the heart, like a double heart year, kind of, where it should have dropped you to your knees again, maybe even harder than 2020. So anyone that did not learn their lessons all the way in 2020, they were going to have it hit them harder in 2022. Anyone who did learn a lot of lessons in 2020 may have also had 2022 be really hard. I know that I did. Anyway, 2022 was a year where it was all about reinforcing that heart energy, reinforcing love and family and relationships and our trust for ourselves and our trust for others and our trust in the world, you know. So 2022 was a time of bringing us back to that awareness again to make sure that it was kind of like reinstated. Okay, so that's what it should have been about. Obviously, it's a little bit different for everybody because we all have our own actual numbers we're dealing with in our birthday, which is our life path. And then we also are all dealing with things differently in our actual lives. We all have different circumstances and different things that we're going through. So some of this hits you in certain ways depending on your other numbers, of course. But this is kind of the general idea of what should have happened, you know? Anyway, 2023, okay, the year that we just left just a few hours ago. This year was all about balance. So the 3 is all about balance. And because it's coming from a 2, so it's the 23, you know, it's coming from a 2. The 2 says, this is my heart. This is my emotions. This is my love. This is my trust for myself and my trust for others. And where am I going with this? I'm going to the 3. The 3 is balance. The 3 is certainty, stability. It's the ground under your feet. So I have been telling everybody for the last couple of years, actually, that 2023 is all about the balance returning. So by the end of this year, the year that we just ended, 2023, by the end of that year, we're actually not in that anymore. We're in 2024 now. But by the end of 2023, you should have felt like the ground was under your feet again. You should have felt stable again. You should have felt like stability is possible, not only possible, but it has actually returned to your life, okay? That is how you should be feeling right now stepping into 2024. Now, I know that's not going to be true for everybody, but that was the goal of that year, okay? And if you have not found balance yet, definitely seek balance in all the directions that you can, okay? That's really important right now because 2024 is all about opportunity. 2024 is all about directions, like the multiple directions that we can go in, like all the different places we can go, all the different things we can do, all the different opportunities we can have, all the different decisions that we can make. Now, this could end up being a chaotic year for some people. It could lead to overwhelm because it could be too many choices. It could be too many directions. It could be too much. When you've sheltered in place for so long and then you haven't trusted the world and you haven't been sure that you could trust the world, and then you come back into a year of opportunities, that could be overwhelming at first, you know? But what I believe this year is going to be is I think it's going to be a year of the world opening back up. I think it's going to be where the travel comes back because travel has absolutely sucked for the last few years. Like, I love to travel. I actually took the whole last year off of travel. I haven't barely gone anywhere because I got so sick of being stuck in airports. The flight patterns have been terrible, you know, so they used to be so great before the pandemic and then they shut down completely and then they started coming back and I started traveling again and then they were terrible again. So they came back a lot, but I just got really sick last year of getting stuck in airports. I got stuck in so many airports last year. So I'm hoping, I'm saying, okay, my interpretation of what these numbers mean is that this year the flight patterns will get better. I am saying that, I am declaring that, and I hope that that energy just touches every part of the world because I want to travel. I want to go places again. I want everybody to go places again. I also want us to have like physical things that we can go to and meet up and hang out, and like I want that to feel safe and fun, and that's what this whole year is supposed to be about. Okay. So that's what 2024 is. It's the year of the directions. It's the year of all the directions, of all the things opening up, all the opportunities opening up. If you run your own business, it's a year of opportunity. Take advantage of it. This is the time. Say yes to all the things, you know. This is the year that it's going to work. That's my plan. That's what I believe this year is about, okay? And then next year is going to be about family. So 2025 is going to be all about family. It's going to be coming back to the family unit. It's going to be making family work. It's going to be about maybe expanding your family. Like maybe new babies will come. Maybe people will get married. Maybe people will settle down. But it's going to be about family. If you think of the 1950s, you can think that was all about family, you know. That's kind of how you can look at the years. You know, if you look at the 40s, you'll see directions. People went in all different directions. There was a lot of things going on in the world. They weren't all positive things, but there were a lot of things going on in the world, you know. Anyway, so yeah, so those are my predictions. I'm not going to go past 2025. I mean, I could if, you know, but it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to stick with 2025 for now. And next year we'll go a little bit further. We'll just keep going a little further every year. This video did end up being a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but I am going to end it now. And I just want to say Happy New Year. And I hope you guys love this year. I am looking forward to a year of opportunities. It is about time, isn't it? So anyway, I will see you later. I hope you have the most excellent, amazing year, and I hope it is filled with endless opportunities for you in every direction. Have a great year.